Dun, 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 dun. Cheers from Japan, I'm the Tokyo Toy Bastard, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at this amazing book! Whee! Yes, so right here in my hand, as an ambulance passes by, I have a copy of the book Vinyl Conflict, The World of Godzilla Toys. And I'm going to do a quick little flip through it and talk about it a little bit and give you my thoughts and opinions and tell you why you should pick up this book if you haven't already, especially if you're a Godzilla collector. And I'm going to set it down now. And I've got my giant-sized Godzilla just chilling there. But also, look at this. I think I've talked about this in a previous video. This is like the oldest Godzilla collection book that was published. This was published in Japan. I have talked about this previously. I haven't done a full review of it. But it catalogs all of the vintage Godzilla toys from Japan. And it's a nice little book. It's harder to find. But, you know, I collect books too. And I've also got this little Gamera toy book of all the Gamera toys, which I'm not sure. I think I featured this in a video too. But, so I was like, you know, do I really need another book about kaiju collectibles? So, yeah, let's take a look and see why I'm so happy that I picked this up. So, first of all, I saw this originally like in my Instagram or something. Maybe I think it was a paid advertisement on Instagram or Facebook, and I was like, wow, that's really cool artwork. So you've got the cover art here featuring the Marusan / Bullmark original Godzilla soft vinyl toy and also the original King Ghidorah soft vinyl toy. And so this was published by Peekaboo Gallery, so it's an auction house. So this is technically an auction guide. The auction is already over, but let's take a look. Sorry, I'm going to be holding this by hand. So awesome little insert here, and it's a hardback book. And then on the inside, so there's the information about the auction, which is already over. And I do know that some of my followers and friends participated in the auction and own some of the pieces that are in here. Unfortunately, I did not. I'm not going to read through all this, but I will mention Mark Livolsi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct, but this is his collection in this book. And unfortunately, he passed away. I'm not sure if it was maybe last year or the year before. But he was a Hollywood film editor, and he had a huge Godzilla collection. And after he passed away, his wife and family and kids decided to auction off all of his Godzilla stuff, and all of the auction money went to them. So that's nice. I'm sure they didn't want to be burdened with all that stuff either. So yeah, it's better to get rid of it than to just, you know, have to shovel it around and not really know what to do with it. Also, real quick, I want to mention that this book right here was my introduction into Godzilla collecting as far as a guide goes. The Sean Lincolnback Godzilla Collectibles, the unofficial guide to Godzilla Collectibles. I used to own this book. I remember I carried it around to conventions and things, and it was a price guide published in the late 90s, I'm thinking. Anyway, Sean Lincolnback also wrote a bunch of stuff in here. He gives general prices for the items in here and some information about them, which is great. And you can see here the table of contents. There's different Gashapons Showdown sections, which they talk about different miniature toys and prize toys. Not necessarily just Gashapon, but it's kind of cool. And one thing that's really cool about this book is it's not just vinyl. It's also all the candy toys, the Gashapon, the little deluxe toys, and all kinds of different things. So let's get into it. So Gashapons Showdown. So they kind of talk about what Gashapon is, and then they talk about what are some things that are not Gashapon, but are not, like, you know, basically like little prize toys, is essentially like little blind box prize toys. So that's another thing that I do collect, are things like that. So they've got lists of them in here. And Keshi, like, I really love this Godzilla 1984 Yamakatsu set here, mainly just the box. That's really awesome. That's something that I've never seen. And there's some amazing stuff in here that I've never really seen before, complete collections of. Again, just lots of, like, the little wind up here. I've had that in my collection before. I need to get it back. More Keshi. See, like, I've never seen Godzilla Keshi in a book before. So that's awesome to see stuff like that in here. I'm a big Keshi collector. If you're not familiar with Keshi basically is a rubber eraser toys. Plush, more Keshi. And I do collect these series, so if you've seen I do need to do a Godzilla Keshi video. I haven't done that yet, but I have shown some of them before, especially my pickups. And then it's broken down into Heisei, if you look here, Heisei, Showa, which is interesting. I don't know why they didn't do Showa first, but they've got Heisei, Showa, Millennium. So those are the three different main eras of Godzilla collectibles and films. Heisei being the 80s and 90s, Showa being the 50s through the 70s, and Millennium being 1999 until now. Although technically it's Reiwa now. So anyway, Heiwa. Did I say Heiwa? Heisei. And then you've got a bunch of like the early Bandai stuff in here, and reissues. I mean, I cannot go through this entire book. I will flip through as much as I can here. Maybe I'll just do a little speed flip, so you can kind of get an idea of the kind of stuff that's in here. And you notice like it's not broken down into like, okay, these are Heisei figures of the Heisei characters. No, these are figures, including Heisei figures, but also including figures of the earlier Showa Godzilla toys. But they're basically just listed based on when they were released. So, like for example, this is vintage 1960s J-Tel Godzilla, but this is the 1999 reissue. And there's several different reissues, and you'll see that they've got the prices here. Like this one's $25 to $75, and then another reissue towards the front, right here, just a little bit different color, and a year earlier, $50 to $100. So that's just these general price ranges. I'm guessing he's getting these from what they've sold for, like on Yahoo Auctions, Buyee, and eBay mixed together. Although eBay is rather high. Yeah. Some really awesome stuff in here, like there's some really great figures, and it's nice to know what some of the stuff that I own is kind of worth in the eyes of the general public, because I know what they're worth here in Japan, but a lot of the stuff that's kind of obscure that like are not like giant statues or popular sofubi is kind of hard to gauge the price of. So it's kind of nice to see that there's a standard price set in here that other collectors can also go off of. Which is nice. I'm going to say nice one more time. Nice, nice, nice. Here are some more of the candy toys, the Hyper Deluxe toys, and some boxed Deluxe and Keshi sets, which are amazing. I've owned some of these in the past, and I've traded them off, and now I kind of want them back again. That's how collecting goes. All right, so let's see. Where should we go? There's just so much in here. This is a selling point, man. There's just so much stuff in here. It's even got like the American Trendmasters stuff. It's crazy. Plushes. It's just insane. They've got a lot of the kits and a lot of different box sets. There's even stuff from like Ultraman and there's some Zilla. There's even some stuff from Ultraman and Gamera in here that I didn't expect to see. So it's a nice little mixture of things. So you've even got the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla stuff in here. So this guy's collection was pretty insane. Model kits, some of the rarer kind of mechanical and tin toy type stuff. That's some of the earliest Godzilla stuff right there. Some Gigan Sofubi. I mean, there's just, oh man, that's a grail of mine. This guy, I've seen him around. I would love to own this Mechagodzilla. So much stuff in here. You could tell that his collection kind of cuts off right around when Shin Godzilla came out, because I think the newest toy that's in here, if you go through everything, man, it's just so many good stuff. If you go towards the Millennium section here, and then you go to like the newer stuff, I think the newest thing that he's picked up that I've noticed in here was the Shin Godzilla standard Bandai Movie Monsters figure. Although I could be wrong. I mean, there's so much stuff to look in here. I haven't absorbed it all yet. I've looked through it a couple times, so. Globsters. All right. Well, anyway, you can just see that. I mean, this book is nearly 300 pages, just chock full of amazing Godzilla collectibles, including the really obscure small stuff that you usually won't see. And even though this is an auction that's completed, this is just a nice little reference to have if you're a Godzilla collector, if you want to start collecting Godzilla, or if you just want to see what's available. Like, this is a really nice book, and the great thing about this book, and the reason I ended up ultimately trying to pick it up, was that is that the Peekaboo Gallery has recently discounted it to, I think, around $40 with free shipping within the U.S. Now I live in Japan, so luckily some friends, Nick Sides and Justin Alva, they helped me. Sorry if I named you guys, you didn't want to be named. They helped me get this book all the way here to Japan because it would have been $60 just to ship it here. So I'm really thankful to have that and add it to my little collection of Godzilla and Kaiju collectible books. And my other, I've got a ton of other collectible books behind me that are non-Kaiju related. But man, definitely pick this book up if you get a chance, especially if you live in the U.S. I mean, you can't beat that free shipping on it. And that's it for today. Sorry for no hunting videos this week. I've been kind of sick. You probably can tell I have a cold. I may scale back the hunting videos for a bit. I might try to do those once a month just because I've been picking up so much stuff, and then it's hard for me to get rid of the stuff I've been trying to pick up to sell fast enough, and I'm just getting lots of clutter. Like you can see, like this is organized clutter that I've got in this room. That's a garbage bag full of medicine. But I've just got so much stuff that I want to organize, and I don't want to have things stacked on top of things, stacked on top of things. So having a book like this doesn't help because I see all these other things that I want to buy, and I've already gone and done some of that buying items of things from the items I've seen in here. That's what I meant, I think. Well, anyway, I guess I'll probably do an unboxing of whatever comes in the mail this week next. But yeah, you guys requested me to take a look at this book, and I did, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this wasn't too long, and I hope I showed you enough to sell you on it if you don't already own it. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Adios. Adios.